Hello. In this tutorial I'm not going to build something from scratch, but show you how I did it. It's about mathematics, just a tiny bit of mathematics really, shading as you can see, and some particle animation. Well, where are the particles? But first of all we need to know why this cylinder is behaving like this. Why is it doing this motion in the center? Well, very easy. This surface is a NURBS surface, and when you select the isopalms or isopalms, you see what's going on here. So the surface is a loft icon is here, between the curve down here and a curve up here. And the curve up here kind of swings back and forth. Why does it do it? How did I achieve this? Well, the top curve, let me try to select it, that's the one, has an expression really in the rotate y-axis. Let me right mouse click, edit the expression. That's the expression. The NURBS circle 2, as it's called, the rotate y of NURBS circle 2 equals 50 times sine of time. Forget about the 50 right now. Sine of time means it swings from 1 to 0 to -1, etc. And that's basically a rotation by 1 degree. And if you multiply it by 50, you have a rotation by 50 degrees, plus minus 50 degrees. That's basically all I did here. You enter such an equation here. Let me do it right here. Just create a new expression. Instead of creating the new expression, you just can type in equals, for example, cosine of time. This won't affect very much because it's only 1 degree, but you can see it works a little bit like a swing in the horizontal dimension. Now you go here and edit that expression, and here you can multiply the cosine by, say, 20 times cosine of time. Edit, and now you see the cosine in the x-axis do its work. And when we click on the surface, we see exactly what's going on here. So that's pretty cool and very simple, really. I basically did nothing but animate parameters, rotation parameters of the top curve here. Quite elegant. Let me just briefly reduce that animation here. I just make it very subtle, 5 times cosine. Okay, so the next thing now is, what do we have down here? Well, here's another circle, and that circle has a little icon here, and the icon means there's dynamics at work. Now here in the outliner you see that is the copy of the NURBS circle, whatever that means, but underneath that in the hierarchy you see a hidden object, which is a particle object. Let's unhide it, Shift H, and now you see the little points here. And by unhiding it, I'm activated at the same time. Now check out what's happening here now. So you have particles, the white dots, swinging at the bottom of that curtain. And they swing up and down, back and forth, outward and inward. And since the surface here is just spanning between the curve down here, which is changing all the time, and the curve up here, which is rotating all the time, I did a little bit of tweaking here. Let's go to the turbulence field, which meshes up the particles here. It's currently set to -13, the magnitude. Let's keep that number in our head. The default is 5. Let's see what happens when it's 5. It's much milder. What happens if it's 13 plus? It's pretty similar to 13 minus. Basically all the same. The frequency is pretty high. It's 66 currently. I think the default is much lower, like 0. All interesting, so you can play with these parameters. The other crucial parameter for the soft body dynamics, as it's called, down here, which created particles from that curve. The other crucial thing here is in the particle world. It's a soft body. I created that curve, which was a perfect circle, this one, and from that circle I created a soft body. And in the soft body settings, I set the following. I wanted to duplicate the original curve, the circle, and make the copy, which would be another circle, soft. It's the circle you see down here at the very beginning. It's a perfect circle at the beginning of the simulation here. I wanted to hide the non-soft body, but make it a goal for the soft body. So the soft body, actually what we see now, always wants to return to that circle. And the weight by default is 0.5. So that's the weight I just showed you in the settings here. Actually, I didn't show it to you. It's right here in the settings. You have the particle selected, and you go to goal weights and objects. And here you see the goal smoothness, which slows down the animation or accelerates the simulation. And this is the crucial value here for the strength in which the particles, those white dots, try to follow the original position of the circle or float away. When they float away too far, because you set the value to say 0.1, they will just escape, and the curtain will kind of float all around at the bottom. What I also did, and let me focus on one of the dots here. Check out this one, for example. This one. It moves a little bit, but the dots around it, left and right, that one and that one, move much stronger than this one. And the same applies to that one. That one moves very little, but this one up and down and further out, etc. So what I did in this case was I opened the section of per particle attributes. And under goal PP, that's the goal per particle, I right mouse clicked and opened the component editor. And in order to fill the component editor with some value, you need to actually select individual particles. You go by F8, for example, which is the component selection, to those 3 particles. Let's pick the 3 of them here, these 3. Now Gold PP, right mouse click, component editor. Now I picked particles 6, 7 and 8, and they are set to a gold PP 0.9, one of them. The next one only 0.6. That means it ignores much stronger the original shape, and 0.9 for the third one. So basically what I did, I selected every two of them like this. Select that one, that one, that one, etc. all around every second, and right mouse click, component editor, and here I changed the values of the particles here. And finally the shader here. Let's go to the object, back to the object mode now. The shader is pretty simple. Material attributes. It's a standard Arnold surface shader with a ramp, and the ramp looks like this. If I want yellow at the very bottom, I choose this. And don't be frustrated when the particles get out of hand. They usually move quite a bit away, and just check the magnitude of the field and the goal weight, and have a nice day.